Hi, students. So today is the day after the election. We're still counting ballots. So I don't know about you. I am having a hard time concentrating, and I imagine a lot of you are as well. So this is actually going out a day later than it normally would, but I'm. I think it's going to be still plenty of time for you to get through your work for the week. So here we go. I'm going to run through it. Um, First important note, I've recorded the journal entries from the Slack channel for weeks 1 through 5. And since Slack seems to be giving me some issues about creating new channels, I'm going to see whether deleting some will help. So this coming Sunday, I'm going to be deleting the reading journals 1 through 5 from the Slack. So if you need anything out of there for maybe your paper that you're going to write in the fall, hopefully you have not in the fall, in the next few weeks. Hopefully you have a copy already, but if you don't, go take a look there. Okay, grab whatever you need. Maybe some comments that your classmates made on your reading journals that were interesting or helpful to you. This would be a great time to go through those and start taking some notes. Things to read. There's a brief essay, Postcolonial Literature Problems with the Term. The link is, I'm sending it to you. That'll help frame the last third of the class as we move from resistance to colonialism to postcolonialism. So definitely take a look at that. Then you're going to read A Small Place by Jamaica Kincaid. Now, this is an entire book, but it's a very short book. It's just a few essays. And I don't think you'll have any trouble reading it before Sunday, but I recommend starting it before Sunday. If you read, one essay a day, you'll be done by Sunday. They are the first essay in particular. She takes a very aggressive tone, and she's kind of ranting about tourists and what they have done to her native country of Antigua, um, and just in general, what the corrupt Antiguan government has done. So, um, things to think about while you're reading these essays might involve a why does she take this very confrontational tone? um, what is that going to do to her readers, to her audience? Is it likely to turn people off? Is it likely to engage them? How do you feel when you're reading these essays, especially if you have been a tourist yourself and have done traveling in places like the Caribbean? Um, Keep in mind that Antigua is an entire nation about the size of Chicago. So there's a sort of interesting questions of kind of like scale and what is it like when your entire country is dependent on tourism to make a living, but it's also hurting you kind of every day. So those are just a few of the issues. I think you'll find a lot more as you're reading. Um, she's really a terrific writer, and if you want more Jamaica Kincaid, she's got a beautiful novel, Lucy, that I would recommend to you. She's got a great garden book that also is about post-colonialism. So there's a lot of terrific work that you could look at if you wanted to go further with her. Then that's all the reading. Things to watch, this overview video, and I'm going to do a video on resistance tactics, and um, mostly this is going to be about the readings from the last few weeks. So if you are thinking that you want to write about your final paper on the Ireland material or the Africa material, definitely that video is going to be, I think, pretty helpful to you in framing some of the questions that rise out of that material. Okay. Then big quiz covering week 6 to 10. Open book, just like the last quiz. It's going to be shorter. Um, but if you are behind on the readings, you probably are going to need to catch up before you take the quiz. Um, Things to think about, what you might want to write for your final paper. I'll send out a paper assignment sheet shortly, but it's pretty open. You can't just rewrite your first paper again. You need a new topic, but you might be able to expand it into something, taking it a step further, bringing in more text. So we can talk about that. Finally, things to write. 5 journal entries, and I've listed out what they need to be on. 1 on the post-colonial lit essay, 3 on 3 separate Kincaid essays, and 1 in response to my resistance tactics video, which means you have to watch the video. Also, we're bringing back comments. I let you guys take a couple weeks off commenting mid-semester intensity, but now I think it would be great to get back to that and have a little more class conversation happening. So 5 comments in response to your classmates' journal entries. And again, since people have been often doing their journal entries on Sunday, you have until next week, Wednesday, now to write the comments. Everything other than the comments is due Sunday at midnight, and that is the end of your overview video for week 11. All right.